Welcome to Late Night Snacks TV. I am the host, Kareed, you already know. Yeah, holding it down for my co-host, Semic. You already seen what we doing. Late Night Snacks TV. Hit the like button. Yeah, because we nothing but jokes, hottest shenanigans and topics. You already know. Late Night Snacks TV. Hit that button, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing. Hit the button. Hit the button. Hey, y'all grab y'all seat. Because today's episode, we're talking about, you already know, Diddy. Diddy went up, for another court hearing. And all the hoopla, what they talking about is bro is losing weight. What you expect? Bro locked down. He locked down. What you think? If you locked down, bro, you gonna lose weight too. I'm not understanding these vlogs and all these people keep coming at Diddy like he can't do no wrong. The bro got caught. Bro caught. You know what I'm saying? We smashing him out. We doing all type of stuff. We laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? We laughing at him. He ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? He's no good. But anyway, in this episode, we got a lot of shenanigans to unpack. We gonna unpack Diddy. You know what I mean? He went up again. You know what I'm saying? To another court date. You know what I mean? For his little S. You know what I mean? S court date. You know what I'm saying? And this time they talking about his appearance. His appearance, how he looking and stuff. They talking about he looking all small and little and all that stuff. What y'all expect? The boy, man, going against the government, federal. He going against a lot of stuff, all these allegations and stuff. Man, he used to top chefs, you know what I'm saying? He used to eating good, living life, eating good. Yeah, he used to as a slop. He ain't used to that slop. Not at all. Man, everybody talking about how he doing this, how he doing that. Man, Diddy, man, come on, man. Let's let the cars fall and let them lay. You know what I'm saying? Is that what they say? But in the meantime, hit that like button. Hit that sub button for all you newcomers, man. Come on, man. Hit that button. Don't be scared. In the meantime, let's get into it. Law and Crime News Network. Check it out.
So we are covering this live hearing that is happening downtown in federal court in Manhattan regarding Sean Diddy Combs. There was a hearing, short hearing between the prosecution, the defense, and the judge regarding evidence, regarding discovery in this case, and it seems it's progressing its way towards a May 5th, 2025 trial date, but I'm not going to talk about it myself. I want to bring on Elizabeth Milner, who is actually in that courthouse for us. Elizabeth, so good to see you. So two things for you. A, if you could briefly describe what the scene looked like, and more specifically, what did you observe of Sean Combs, who was in that courtroom? And B, what happened in court? What were the big takeaways?
Hey, Jesse. Great to see you as always. Today was a little bit different in that I got to the courthouse got inside the courthouse, I should say, about 15 minutes before 1 p.m. That shows you how early I was in there. And I was actually surprised to see less amount of journalists. They were kind of waiting for this hearing to get started. And so, comparing that to last hearing where it was just a ton of journalists just waiting to get inside that courtroom, this time it was completely different, and that it was probably about less than 20 journalists altogether. So when we were all ushered up into the 15th floor this time, as opposed to the top floor like the last hearing, it was a lot smaller courtroom, but still the similar makeup of the courtroom. So you have one side where it's going to be Diddy's family members, it's going to be the general public, maybe some extra defense lawyers or those who work for the defense side, at least, kind of sitting over to the left side. And then on the right side where I was sitting, it's going to be all flooded with journalists, as well as some other members of the prosecution team who would kind of help with that case as well, too. And so we all went up to the courtroom probably around 1:45 today. We're waiting to get this hearing started. It was interesting, too, because this time around, Diddy was brought in first. He was brought in about a couple minutes after 2 p.m. today. And we were all kind of waiting to see. We had heard mumblings that his mom might be in courtroom, that we were waiting for the children, but then nothing happened. But then, in another twist and turn, the children do walk in, but this time it was a lot smaller bunch than it was the last time. So last time you're having all of Diddy's children, except with the exception of Love, who is just a 2-year-old child.
Yeah.
So she wasn't at court, but you had all of Diddy's children there except Love. But this time around, you just had Justin Combs and Christian Combs, meaning that there was no Quincy there today. Delilah and Jesse weren't there. Chance wasn't there.
Nothing but support.
The caretakers of his younger children who are
he gonna need all that support, y'all.
They were not present inside the courtroom as well
you know
today.
What I mean?
But his mom also wasn't in court today.
So when
Diddy
family
came
for
inside, it was still that standard issued NBC jumpsuit. He's wearing khaki. From that video of, I think that was obtained by Daily Mail back in September, playing Hacksack in Central Park, to now he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different.
Now, they say thinner. We don't know how thinner that is, but Diddy was big. I think he was overweight. I think he just slimming down to his size. You know what I mean? He ain't getting all that. You know what I mean? The recreational stuff that he was doing. You know what I mean? And he ain't eating right. You know what I mean? His appetite is gone. You know what I mean? All that's gone. You know what I mean? Stressed out. All that's gone. Of course, any human gonna lose weight. But let's get back into it. Especially after that type of allegations and what he in court for, what he going, you know what I mean? It's his life. You know what I mean? It's his life. It's his life that's on the line right now. So for all you journalism people, come on, man. Just act like you know. You know what I mean? Let's get back into it.
From the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner, and maybe being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him. He appeared grayer a little bit as well too, but again, he appeared just like how you would expect Diddy to appear for a hearing. He, when he came inside the courtroom, he hugged his attorneys. He especially hugged Anthony Rico. Then he had hugged Alexandra Shapiro as well too. But then he kept kind of looking at the gallery. Now, again, this was at a point where Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, weren't inside the courtroom just yet. But instead, whenever they came inside the courtroom, and again, this was after Diddy was already sitting down at the defense table, he looked back immediately. He smiled. He beamed up. He waved at at his two sons, and just kind of gave them kind of a little bit of, it's a good to see you type of feeling. That's what I was gathering from inside that courtroom. Now, again, I want to remind our viewers that when we're inside federal court, again, there's
hit that
no
like
cameras,
button.
which, Jesse, I'm sure you've already
free.
mentioned that part. But, even for us
hit
journalists,
that sub
with
button.
the exception
It's
of
free.
some who get a special permission of that, we just are relying on a notebook, a notepad, a pen, a pencil in order to kind of take notes to see what is all going on. I can't even take my Apple Watch inside that courtroom whenever there's a hearing. I have to turn that in, I have to turn my laptop in, of course I have to turn my phone in. So we're kind of just eye-watching everything that's going on. Now, when Christian and Justin came inside that courtroom, they were actually sitting just right across from me over on the left side of the gallery. So what I was seeing from both of his sons was a little bit of leg shaking, what I perceived to be a little prayer right before the hearing had actually started,
of course,
as well too. But again, I think their focus was maintaining a good face for their father, being supportive of their father, which you expect at this point.
So you've been in
God to pray, you know what I mean? God to pray. If you don't pray, then what you got? You know what I mean? You got to pray. You know what I'm saying? It's just normal. It's just our normal behavior that we all used to. You got to pray. But anyway, let's get back into it.
Pretty much all of the hearings so far, with the exception of that emergency hearing that happened, I believe, back in October now. But then they kind of just stood and sat and just kind of listened to what was all kind of happening. Again, that court hearing was pretty quick. It was about 30 minutes long. I think all of us were kind of surprised that the hearing did last that short amount of time, as opposed to last hearing, which was about 2 hours or so.
People, this month is over with. We got January, Feb, March, game time. You know what I mean? They already presenting everything. They already ready. You know what I mean? They ready. Because if they wasn't ready, he would have been at home at Christmas or Thanksgiving. He would have been sitting up there ready for planning his New Year's Eve party with his kids. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been doing something. we already know it's a no-go for Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He's not going home. And for that, you get the L, bro. You get a straight L. You know what I mean? Straight L. But in the meantime, y'all want to go ahead and check out the rest of that video. You know what I mean? Y'all going over there to, you know what I'm saying? And run it up if y'all want to. Law and Crime Network. You know what I mean? They be having a good topics. You know what I'm saying? You already know. You know what I mean? LNS TV, Late Night Snacks. I'm your host. You know what I mean? Career. Holding it down for Seeming. And people, I appreciate you guys. I really do. Until then, hit that sub button, hit that like button for all you new people. You know what I mean? Little update about what's going on with Diddy. You know what I mean? He's trying to stay strong. But his mental is getting to him. You can see it. They already said it. It's wearing on him. Wearing on him. Thin man. Yeah, Thin Man. Y'all saw that movie. Y'all know what Thin Man is. They put all type of scenarios on you, bro. But until then, yo, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that sub button. And don't forget, Late Night Snacks TV. I'm packing with all the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Until then, take care. Happy holidays.